So friends, welcome to our channel with a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the future of Knull and Venom. We saw both Venom and Knull in Venom 3, but this was actually Tom Hardy's last film as Venom, as Sony has confirmed. In Venom 3, we saw that Venom dies, but Sony also teased the god of symbiotes, Knull, who is currently in a prison made of symbiotes. This has left a lot of fans confused about what the future holds for both Venom and Knull, whether they'll appear in future movies, and if so, what storylines will follow. So, if you have similar questions in mind, make sure to watch this video until the end, as we'll be discussing the potential future of both Knull and Venom, including the storylines that may be explored. So, let's start the video, but make sure to subscribe to the channel and set the notification bell to all, so that you don't miss any future uploads. And if you enjoy the video, please give it a like and let us know in the comments whether you prefer Venom or Knull. Alright, without further ado, let's dive into this amazing video. If you're watching this video, I'll assume you've already seen Venom 3 since there will be spoilers. Now let's talk about Venom's future first. The last time we saw Venom was in Venom 3, where he leaves a part of himself in the MCU before returning to his own universe. Eventually, Venom dies at the end of the movie. Now speaking of the MCU Venom, the part he left behind in the MCU. We know Spider-Man exists in the MCU, but not Venom. This part of Venom's symbiote will likely bond with Spider-Man, giving him the iconic black suit, similar to the comics, making him even more powerful. Eventually, Spider-Man will discover that this is no regular suit, but rather an alien creature, and he'll separate from Venom. The Venom symbiote will then bond with another character, likely the MCU's Eddie Brock, though not played by Tom Hardy, but a new actor. So this is how both Spider-Man and Venom could be established within the MCU. As for the part of Venom's symbiote that stayed in Sony's Spider-Man universe, so in Sony's universe, Venom's symbiote piece will definitely play some role. In the post-credit scene of Venom 3, we saw that the symbiote piece kept in a tube by General Rex has escaped, and a cockroach flies near it. This means the symbiote might bond with the cockroach and then head straight to New York. We know that both Tom Hardy and Peter Parker are in New York, so Venom can bond with either of them depending on Sony's direction. Sony has been hinting at a return of Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. If Sony brings him back as Spider-Man, their movies are likely to do very well, as fans have been eagerly waiting for Garfield's return. His Spider-Man hasn't yet bonded with Venom, unlike Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3 and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, who will bond with Venom in Spider-Man 4. So, if any Spider-Man is left to bond with Venom, it's Andrew Garfield's version. There's also the possibility that Tom Hardy could return as Venom if fan demand is high, just like Robert Downey Jr. came back as Iron Man after initially saying he was done with the role. Moving on to Knull's future, Sony teased the god of symbiotes in Venom 3, where Knull declares his intent to destroy the entire universe. Knull may now have found a way to free himself, which could involve the Codex, a key element that's produced when a symbiote revives its host. Knull had instructed his symbiote army to search the universe for the Codex. Although Eddie and Venom tried to prevent Knull from obtaining it, it's possible that a Codex was found on another planet, aiding in Knull's release. However, if Knull hasn't escaped yet, he may simply know about the Codex's existence and is aware it's within Eddie Brock on Earth. Since Venom died, the Codex may still be inside Eddie, possibly unnoticed by the symbiote army but known to Knull. In this scenario, if Eddie Brock goes on to have a family like in the comics, he could have a son named Dylan Brock, who is a Codex in the Marvel comics. If Dylan is born, Knull might learn of his existence, potentially leading to a storyline where Dylan becomes central to Knull's plans. So Dylan Brock, being a Codex himself, might become a key target for Knull. Knull could send his Genophage army to capture Dylan and bring him back. Once Dylan is in his control, Knull could either kill him or extract the Codex from his body to set himself free. When Knull does escape, his true journey begins, as he'll head straight to the MCU universe. In Venom 3, Knull was shown to have powers that allow him to open portals, and he used them to send his Genophage army across various places. This might lead to a collaboration between Sony and Marvel, with Sony potentially handing its characters to Marvel for proper inclusion in future movies. Sony realizes that if they bring Andrew Garfield back, it could create significant excitement. Given the popularity of the King and Black storyline from 2020, Sony might collaborate with Marvel to bring this narrative to the MCU. The King and Black storyline is widely